The idea came softly at first. Could I travel alone? Just me, a teenager out in the big world. The thought was scary. It was also exciting. It felt like a dare from the universe. I saw pictures of far-off places. I read stories of brave travelers. They seemed so strong, so free. I wanted that feeling too. Many people thought I was too young. They said it was not safe. They worried. I worried too sometimes. But the whisper grew louder. It became a call, a pull towards something unknown. It was more than just wanting to see new sights. It was about finding something inside myself, something I could only find by stepping out, by being truly on my own. The world felt big. My life felt small. I wanted to change that. This desire for solo travel is not new for young hearts. It is a timeless longing, a wish to test your own wings, to see how far you can fly, without the comfort of home, without familiar faces guiding you. It is about proving something, not to others necessarily. The planning began with dreams, big, colorful dreams. I spread maps across my bedroom floor. The world looked so vast, so full of places to explore. I traced routes with my finger. I imagined myself in bustling cities. I saw myself on quiet mountain trails. Each line on the map was a promise of discovery, a promise of adventure. I spent hours reading, travel blogs, guidebooks, stories from other young travelers. Their experiences became my fuel. Their courage gave me courage. Then came the practical side. This was less dreamy, more about lists, and budgets, and rules. I had to save money. Every penny counted. I took on extra chores. I worked small jobs after school. It was hard work. But each dollar earned felt like a step closer to that train, or that bus, or that plane. Talking to my parents was a big step. They were worried, of course. I had to show them I was serious. I had to show them I was responsible. I made presentations. I showed them my research, my budget plans. Choosing what to pack felt like a big test. How do you fit your life into one bag, one small bag if you are smart? I learned that quickly. Every item had to earn its place. Was it useful? Was it necessary? Could I live without it? I laid everything out on my bed. Clothes, toiletries, a small journal, a book for lonely moments. It looked like so much. And yet, so little. How could this be enough for weeks or even months? It seemed impossible. The real weight was not in the backpack. It was in my heart. The weight of goodbyes, the weight of expectations, my own and others. The fear of the unknown was heavy. It settled in my stomach like a stone. What if I got lost? What if I ran out of money? What if I felt terribly lonely? These questions circled in my mind. They were louder now, louder as the departure date came closer. Packing light physically was the goal, but emotionally I felt I was carrying so much. I made lists, so many lists. Emergency contacts, copies of important documents, phrases in the local language. The moment of departure arrived. It felt unreal, like a scene from a movie. Standing at the bus station or the airport gate, my backpack felt surprisingly light on my shoulders. Or maybe I was just numb. The goodbyes were done, the planning was over. There was nothing left to do but go. Take that first step, that first solo step. My heart was pounding. A mix of fear and exhilaration. This was it, the real deal. No turning back now. Or at least I told myself that. That first journey alone was strange. Sitting on a train or a bus, surrounded by strangers. No one knew me, no one knew my story, my fears, my dreams. It was liberating, and also a little bit unsettling. I watched the world go by outside the window, new landscapes, new faces. Everything was fresh, everything was different. I was just an observer, a silent witness to the world unfolding. And in that silence, I felt a new kind of aliveness, a quiet hum of independence. Arriving at my first destination alone was a test, a big one, finding my way to the hostel, navigating a new city's transport system, using a language I barely knew. It was overwhelming. My mind raced. The joy came in unexpected waves. It would hit me suddenly, walking down a sun-drenched street, seeing a breathtaking view for the first time, sharing a smile with a stranger. These moments were pure, unfiltered, mine alone. I remember standing on a cliff overlooking the ocean. The wind was wild, the waves crashed below, and I just laughed. A full, happy laugh. There was no one to share it with, but it didn't matter. The joy was complete. It filled me up. Then there was the loneliness. It was a different kind of wave. Slower, heavier. It often came in the evenings, when the day's adventures were done. Sitting alone in a hostel room, or at a table for one in a busy restaurant. The chatter of other people, happy groups, couples. It made my solitude feel sharp, pointed, I missed my family. I missed my friends. I missed easy conversations in my own language. The silence in my room could feel very loud. Things went wrong. Of course they did. That is part of travel, especially solo travel. I got lost, many times, in confusing city streets, on winding country roads. My map would seem like a foreign language. My phone battery would die at the worst moment. Panic would try to set in, that cold, tight feeling in my chest. I would stand there, feeling small, feeling stupid, wondering what to do, how to get back on track, or find my way to where I needed to be. One time, I missed the last bus to a small village. I was stranded in a tiny, dark bus stop, miles from anywhere. The sun was setting. My heart sank. I felt a real surge of fear. What would I do? Where would I sleep? There was no one to call for an easy rescue. It was just me, and the growing darkness. I had to think, fast. I remembered a small guest house I had seen on the map, a few miles back. It was a long walk, with my heavy bag. But it was a plan, so I started walking. Each step was an effort. If you are a teen thinking of solo travel, listen up. There are things you should know. Practical things. First, safety, always. Trust your gut. If a place feels wrong, leave. If a person makes you uncomfortable, walk away. Keep your valuables secure. Don't flash expensive things. Let someone back home know your itinerary. Check in regularly. These are not rules to scare you. They are rules to empower you, to help you travel with confidence, and to keep you safe on your journey. Budgeting is your best friend, and sometimes your worst enemy. Money can disappear fast on the road. Track your spending, every single coin. Look for free activities, museums on certain days, walking tours, parks. Cook your own meals in the hostel kitchen sometimes. It saves a lot, and it's a good way to meet other travelers. Learn to say no to things you can't afford. It's okay. Your journey is yours. You don't need to keep up with anyone else. This is your adventure, on your terms. Pack light. I know I said it before, but it is so important. Solo travel is like holding up a mirror, a giant, unpredictable mirror. It shows you who you really are, when no one else is watching, when you have to make all the decisions, when you are faced with challenges. You see your strengths, things you never knew you had, like courage, or resourcefulness, or the ability to be calm in a crisis. These discoveries are surprising, they are empowering, they make you stand a little taller, feel a little stronger. You also see your weaknesses, your fears, your impatience, your moments of selfishness. The mirror doesn't lie. It shows you everything. The good, the bad, the messy. And that's okay. It's more than okay. It's important. Because seeing these things is the first step. The first step to understanding yourself better, to accepting yourself, and maybe to changing the parts you want to change, or learning to live with the parts that are just you. This is deep work, hard work. There were moments of pure clarity, standing alone on a mountaintop or watching the sunrise over a quiet city. In these moments, the noise of the world faded away. The return home is always a strange experience. The familiar streets look different. Or maybe I was different. The world I had left behind seemed to have stayed the same, but I had not. I carried new things inside me, new memories, new perspectives, new confidence. It was like wearing a new pair of glasses. Everything looked sharper, more defined. I saw my old life with fresh eyes, and I saw myself with fresh eyes too. The journey was over, but its impact was just beginning. The lessons learned on the road stayed with me. They became part of who I was. The resilience I found when I missed that bus. The patience I learned waiting for delayed trains. The courage I discovered when I spoke to strangers. These were not just travel skills, they were life skills. They helped me in school, in relationships, in facing new challenges back home. The world had been my classroom, and the lessons were profound, more profound than any textbook. People said I seemed different, more mature, more confident, more at ease with myself. And I felt it too, the quiet girl who had been scared to order food in a foreign language. She was still there, a part of me,